Alright guys, here is the definitive way to never mess up the tanks on facility, all difficulties, when you get good Trev. So, what I do is I right strafe into here. This is what everyone does, but what I focus on is I right strafe to this tank here. Here's like, there's two tanks to the side here, kind of off screen, right? So I right strafe up to the second set. I just right strafe to the right tank. Boom, I ram right into it. Then I look straight down, throw the mine. So, a lot of people will say to put it like directly like on the cross. That is lies. It will work most of the time, but it's lies. You're making it, so precise for something that's extremely lenient. So, what's the main goal on facility tanks? The main goal is to have this mine blow up these four tanks, like these two and the two behind me. The next mine blow up the front four tanks. And then both mines together blowing up the middle tanks. Now, the middle tanks is what's really lenient. The back tanks is what's not. And if you fuck around and try doing it in some exact spot like around this line, once in a while, the explosion just won't reach the back tank. So when most people fail, when they fail the tanks, they fail one of the very end tanks. So, I just run right into here. I throw below the line. Now, the main thing to know for like a new player especially, the main thing to know on the first set is you don't want to throw too far to the left because like a mine reg right here will kill Trev. Even like a good Trev, it could potentially like kill Trev. So just don't dick around with throwing it like over here. Basically, that's why I run right into this tank, look down, throw. So I throw below this line. It's very lenient though. I would say anywhere between on the line to like right here. Any of this will work. But yeah, so I just run right into here. I throw to the right of this line. Once again, you can throw on the line. It's fine. But it's very, very lenient. I would say it's anywhere between this square. Like this is extremely lenient square. Anywhere between here should work 100% of the time. Anything that you get a little bit past this line, it'll work sometimes and not other times. But yeah, so I just run right into here, boom, throw down. That's like solid placement. Then I run up here, go in front of this line. At this point, the left and right isn't really a big deal. But I go in front of this line, boom. See, I threw it like on the line, but with a little bit of a bias to the front. Like it was on the line. But like, if it's like see how it still is on the line? If it's anything behind this line, I've failed a couple of 44s back in the day due to like the tanks not blowing up. And now I know why. It was definitely these tanks that didn't blow up. So yeah, don't mess around. Anywhere I would say between here and here, any of this will work. Because again, you're really just trying to make sure you blow up these four tanks. And then depending on, you'll blow up the middle tanks depending on where your two mines were landed, because they both need to do a little bit of damage. But basically, as long as you just try throwing in front of this line, whether it's by the littlest bit like this, it's like on the line but with bias ahead, or like all the way over here, any of that will work. So don't stress out. Just, just feel like what it's going to feel like, like if I come here, and I stop my momentum on this tank and I look down, I know that that's never going to fail. It's always going to throw anywhere around here. You come up here, look straight down, throw, boom. So that is how to never fail the tanks. Like C completed super early. So that, my friends, is how you never ever fail the tanks. The only other thing you might do strangely is you might decide to detonate this a little bit later. Because of like it might mess up the message or something to do. Don't worry about that. Just detonate it right away and figure it out. This message is going to be random regardless. So I would say just detonate immediately so that there's nothing weird going on with the tanks. And then just get out of there. And for good Trev, don't look at the tanks. For bad Trev, you got to like be looking at the tanks as the explosions are happening. For good Trev, you just get out of there. Yeah. So I hope no one ever fails the tanks ever again.